The paddock from the Red Bull Ring. It's been a bit of a funny old morning here in Austria. The morning started off very much wet in Moto3, but by the time we got to our MotoGP session, towards the end, everybody was out on slick tyres. The track was very much dry. It's not rained since then, however, there's a lot of cloud cover coming over this circuit. But what I want to do is bring you actually nice and early into Suzuki to speak to Joan Mir's crew chief Frankie, who I just spotted coming into here now, because Joan Mir has got himself into the top three through practice one, early days yet, but this is something we saw very similarly last year in the two races we had here. He's got a couple of podiums in his back pocket. On paper, this doesn't really look as though it should be a Suzuki track. Can you give us any kind of revelation about why he does tend to go so well here?
I think it's a combination of a few things. Firstly, I think this summer we didn't, of course it was a summer break, but we worked quite hard after a difficult start to just try and find the missing pieces so that we can finish as strong as possible. Both riders were in the first group at Silverstone. Alex was leading, so clearly we can see an improvement. There's just still not quite there. And then, as you say, it's a fast track, but you've also got to be able to brake. So I'd say it's Joan's strongest area. So it's
this weekend has been about the new chicane added just after turn one. Early thoughts from Joan?
I think in some way being wet in the first two exits sort of helped everyone, because you have to go a little bit slower, so you learn the track a little bit more. And to be honest, they've not said too much. I think the only thing really is the gearing. I think when you look at it from a distance, it was like, is it first gear? Tried second gear. So it's just trying to work out which is the best option at the moment.
We come here to the Red Bull Ring, and the one thing that you can always guarantee is the weather is not going to be guaranteed. It's so unpredictable. The session, like you said, dried up towards the end. This afternoon, I think from the last time I looked, forecast said from 3 o'clock onwards, we're expecting thunderstorms, but anything can happen. Is it going to be a bit manic out there in FP2?
It is. We're in a bit of a fortunate position. Obviously, we're in the top 10 at the moment anyway, but we found something quite good with him early on in the wet, and he's always been there with Jack sort of in the first couple of positions. So to be honest, we always said our dream weekend would be sort of probably qualifying and everything in the wet and then a dry race.
Yeah.
We're still yet to have it in 4 years, but you can always hope anyway.
Frankie, it was so good to grab a quick word from you. I know Joanne's waiting for you back inside the box, so I won't keep you, but thank you so much.
Thanks, Avi. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right, we'll leave Frankie to it. I really want to wish you out nice and quickly, because about half an hour ago, we had an exceptional press conference here at the Red Bull Ring. Tech3 announced their new exciting venture into the world of GasGas. So they will be rebranded next year, and I do believe Hervé Poncharal should have made his way back to this side of the paddock to grab a quick word with him, because it was also announced one half of his rider lineup will be Pol Espargaro, which is obviously a bit of a full circle moment for Hervé, because he's there, perfect. This has been timed nicely. Hello, Hervé.
Hello, Amy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. We just been announcing a great news for me.
I was just telling them. So next year, a new venture, GasGas, very exciting stuff.
New adventure, yeah. As I said, since we joined the Pirard Mobility Group, adventure never stopped. And we're going to be red next year. We're going to have, the honor to represent the GasGas brand, which is very exciting because it's a new brand. It's very successful in Moto3 and Moto2 with Aspar. And the last step was to enter the top class, the MotoGP class, which is done. So it's going to be, for us, we are going to be the GasGas team. And there will be emulation inside the Pirard Mobility Group in between the orange brand and the red brand. We've been announcing that Pol Espargaro is returning to the family. He will be our GasGas ambassador, our GasGas rider. And I'm really, really happy. Just can't wait to start this new project.
Pol Carlos Bergrove returning to the family, but returning to your team. We know he is such a great character, and it feels like perhaps he's coming back at just the right moment.
You know what I love in Paul is doesn't matter what's happening, what are the track conditions, how is the bike setting, he is always 110%. And this is what you need to develop, this is what you need to be sure that you're going to make step forward. And he's been a key man in the development of that project. Yeah. And I think everybody is so happy to have him back. He wants to be the captain, but they will, you know, the GasGas ambassador, the GasGas kind of leader. But, you know, I think the whole KTM project owe him a lot. And I think he's going to bring us some very interesting feedback, track action, and yeah, we are just really happy. And I think this is fitting really well because Paul, being you know, a top Spanish rider with such a strong Spanish brand, and coming back, I believe at the right moment, it's going to be very exciting. And when we look at what his brother is doing, you could do the parallel, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. And when will we find out about your second rider?
We still have to wait a little bit more. Pete Byrer just informed the media during that press conference that they were still pushing and expecting a position from Miguel Oliveira. He said that he just told the media that he made him a new offer. Wow. So, you know, everything is open. There are quite a few names. Of course, you know, our riders are still in the game, the current 2022 riders. Pete spoke about Miguel. I think nothing will be decided before Misano.
Hervé, just one more question to leave you with before we head off. In terms of the future of GasGas, will it ever potentially follow its separate development line?
No, Mr. Truckenpolz was very clear. And I think at the moment we have a platform. This is one of the brands of the PIRA Mobility Group. They have three main brands, which are Husqvarna, GasGas, and KTM. And the development is made by the PIRA Mobility Group, and this is going to be the PIRA Mobility bike, same as the orange bike.
Thank you so much for answering a few questions, and we'll see you later on, Hervé in FP2. Thanks, Mathilde. We'll just head up and see if we can spot... Oh, let's grab a word with Taka Nakagami, actually, because he actually didn't do too badly in FP1. He's not... Let's see if he'll have a word. Taka, before you shoot off, can I just get a quick word from you? The new chicane, how was it out there?
Well, not so bad.
No?
I mean, of course, previous one is, you know, for us it's good because more you can feel the speed. But yeah, the braking is, which is a turn 2A, a little bit too tight.
Okay.
So we have to use the first gear or maybe second gear. So maybe after the start, you know, will be big mess. But you know.
But more passing opportunities at turn 3, I heard from a couple of other riders.
Maybe. At the moment, I need to more laps and to understand where we can have a more opportunity to overtake, or maybe, you know, braking in turn 2A, or, you know, to prepare, you know, and the end of the uphill, maybe in the brake in turn 3. But anyway, you know, the speed is much lower than previous, so maybe some, you know, chance to overtake. But my personal feeling is better, you know, the previous layout.
Okay, thanks, Taka.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thanks so much for stopping by for a few short minutes. I'm just having a quick scan around, see if anybody else is around. But if not, guys, we're getting ever so close to Moto3 FP3. Oh, the wind is picking up. Does that mean we've got a little bit of rain coming our way? We shall have to wait and see. But thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon in the Red Bull Ring for Inside the Paddock.